the idiots in chat. That's a very risky game you're playing.
I'll have you know.
You don't know.
I'll have you know. I have been known to be an idiot in chat, Popgun. Only for you. Only for you.
Aren't we all at some point in our life? Hey, this is winners finals of Proving Grounds. Snooze versus Dreams from yesterday. Two names that I guess go with each other.
Indeed. I too would like to snooze, and actually, I mean, it depends on whether I would like to relive your dreams from yesterday. Sometimes you would, sometimes you wouldn't. But alas, custom e-leader. Popgun,
yeah.
Why are they quizzing me on this? You think I remember all of the kits for these things?
So there's Kraken is on that thing.
Oh, okay.
Also, that is the Octobrush with the Zipcaster, I believe, and the regular Stamper. So now somebody has to give out soda. It's actually in the rules that you have to use soda in your comp, so they try to in-zap to go along with things. But none of that seems to be working right now because Snooze, with the more quote-unquote traditional comp, has pretty solid control.
Pretty solid control and already starting to extend relatively far forward. You see two gaps looking forward here as well, and the amount of space that Snooze is able to control in front of the zone right now is a large part of their success. It allows P here to just keep slipping around everywhere. We'll see when engagement comes forward. They need to pull the trigger now, and they don't have any specials to their name. Looks like it's going to be an easy game one here for Snooze.
So Snooze is our #1 overall seed. They've Tempest actually gave them a run for their money, taking them to a game 5 a couple of rounds ago. But other than that, they've been sweeping their way through their opponents. Obviously, including the win that they got right here. So, if you were to just look at the teams that signed up for this one, which obviously I've been doing the last couple of days, the team names themselves do nothing.
They mean nothing to me.
To convey any information to anybody, other than Healthy Diet Food Groups, which is an actual team. Yeah. But when you look at when you click on the names and you look at the rosters that's actually playing, it's like, okay, cool. These are some players that have been pretty much dominating things for the vast majority of this year, including Snooze, Harshy, Kiki, Phoenix on this roster, as well as Raiki. A lot of those players have been pretty much farming the send-out badges across the board. I don't know much about Dreams from yesterday, but they have a lot of badges as you click on their thing as well. Now, some of those badges are like, okay, what I know what those are. The other ones is like, okay, that's a badge that just got made up today. There's no way.
Welcome to Sendo.Inc, Popgun. As it turns out, anyone can throw a badge on the website and claim they have all of the accolades ever, as it turns out. No, this is fun, though, because I don't get to watch Splatoon very often, Popgun. I know. Shocking development.
You not playing Splatfest right now?
I'm not, as a matter of fact. So it's fun to get to be forced to sit down and watch people that I don't normally watch, actually. I'll put it that way. But it's a good time. No, it's a good time. So forgive me, folks. It's going to take me a little bit of warming up to do. But, I mean, if the rest of this tournament goes like it just did, I like what I see from Snooze, who does appear to have an actual, like, team icon. So maybe they're a consistent roster?
Yes, that looks... You know, it's just a matter of a time before these kinds of players end up on a team together if they're not already, because they've been doing so many pickups in so many different, like, random fan clubs or whatever. So it's... Oh, by the way, they're still using that comp. That wasn't just a Mako Mart one-time only special. No, for Undertow zones, the dual zone mode, we're sticking with the same exact thing. So the E-Leader... Okay, so if the E-Leader can get set up in some, like, key areas here, kind of abuse their range, maybe they can find something going here, but it's going to be difficult to even get up top there when you got all the... Well, actually, scratch that. The E-Leader might not be as helpless as I thought.
Not at all when you can aim like that. Oh, wait, have not seen this map since the change. I don't know when the change happened, Popgun, but that shows you how much Splatoon knowledge I have right now.
So the area underneath the awning, so like behind where this wiper area is, that kind of got a little bit wider. I think for flat zone specifically, that's the main thing.
And it had that little pillar there, which actually provides a deeper angle for a target player. As we saw our Elu do a second ago. But yeah, to your point, it's going to be difficult for this Elu to get set up when everything's been flown at it for half a little bit. Now, we see the handler come out, getting the 52 gal who was trying to be annoying on the other side. Now the wiper tries to go forward, but really this is just kind of who can be the bother in the other team's side the most, especially when you've got something like a Kraken out there to continue to buy that space and move forward. We'll see whether or not Dreams from yesterday is able to hold on to this zone. It doesn't look likely at the moment, and no, they will get taken down, though another nice pick from our Elu player here before they jump down.
Well, that's the thing. When we're so used to seeing pencils, it's not a one-shot hit. So you can get hit a couple times with the pencil before you get eliminated. But when you go back to these traditional chargers and you just see somebody explode off of one little shot. Now you can't miss it. You have to be really direct because it takes a long time to charge that back up again. But we're just not used to seeing that type of charger, even though it's the much older one. Everybody using that pencil right now. Speaking of which, a pencil just got eliminated on the website.
It is nice to see the highlight reel montages where you flick across the map and you pick up one with the charger, especially when it takes that long to charge up. So, off the back of that, Dreams from yesterday probably got to extend the lead here slightly, although 52 gal comes out with this whale and is going to start charging forward. Here comes the brush, able to meet it there right on the front lines, but then immediately gets taken down and traded, and Snooze is able to cap the zone. They're keeping us close despite the amount of range, just basically by fleeing themselves forward, and that's a lot of what these weapons want to do, right? Stamper using the 52 gal, they want to be in their face and be aggressive, and are relatively self-sufficient while they do that, so it's no real surprise that they're able to keep this one close, and now, in fact, they will go ahead for the lead, as now we see the flank coming with Zip Cast, is going to get taken down, and at least traded for the moment, but it's going to keep Dreams from yesterday on their heels, and while they might pop this pack cooler, they're going to be less of a threat moving forward.
Good awareness of recognizing, hey, we might not know exactly where the zip cast is coming from, but we should be expecting it. And once it gets popped, and I see it's not right in front of me, the only place it could be is behind me. So instantly turn around, getting this flat on it. But the distraction was still caused by that zip caster. This zone, you don't see undertone zones often, but when you have a Splat Zones only tournament, you have to do more than just 5 maps the entire time. So which is why you're seeing it here. It's so hard to score on a map like this. So when you got the enemy team pushed back like Snooze did, and you're able to just keep the fight away from zone, that seems to be more critical than actually winning it.
Yeah, and when you have self-sufficient weapons that can move forward and buy that space, and you have a backline that can further establish itself, then you should be able to be successful in doing that. But now Dreams from yesterday trying to set something up, although they go to down, and Rykey popping off that side does have that zip cast that's ready as well. He's going to get taken down again. That's a top player, no cooler for a little while longer, but even still, the firefight continues on top of the zone. Here comes the zip cast. Who are they going to find? And while the zone gets painted over, still neutralized. 1 zone to 1 right now. Have to turn their attention back to the other side, but no. Rush player gets taken down, and Snooze is going to cap both. The beautiful double there to cap it off. And now, once again, on the defense here, protecting from Dreams from yesterday.
This is going to be so hard to force overtime. Like, on this map, you just sneeze on the zone and it pauses it, but to force overtime, you're going to have to cap both of the zones. And, well, it's going to be extremely difficult to do when the pencil is alive this as well. If I'm Snooze, I'm basically just saying, I'm just going to hard focus just one zone. Yeah, they capture that one, who cares? They got to get both. They can't do it in time. Snooze takes game 2 and are looking to continue this tournament with another sweep.
Pretty convincing there, relatively speaking. Of course, it was a little bit more back and forth. This is the nature of 2-zone maps, as you pointed out earlier. But even still, one of the things I wanted to comment on there might have led to a difference in what the result is at the very end of the day. You saw it towards the end. I think the E-leader chose to take the pick on the wiper or brush rather than taking out the pencil, and then the pencil traded back for the leader. trying to have that target priority is something that is kind of critical and something we don't think about often in Splatoon. But obviously, if you're the longest range weapon, your goal should probably be to take out the longest range weapon. Now, whether or not you can react in time to actually do that is another thing, right? Which is why we don't talk about it in Splatoon nearly as often, is because oftentimes you get a small window to get one pick, and you'll be happy to take that one pick if you can get it. But even still, when you do have the opportunity to go for both, having the awareness of figuring out where everyone else is on the map at the same time is just as important. Of course, not to say that was the make or break of the game, but was a good teaching moment there, I think, as we keep going forward here in Proving Grounds. Now, Snooze, one game away from coming out on top in Winners Finals and advancing to Grand Spot.
They are. That is definitely a thing. And even more importantly, as one of the TOs for this event, losers bracket is going along swimmingly. And quite honestly, that's the only thing I care about, because the quality of a double M tournament is 100% based on how the losers bracket is going. And we're almost at losers semifinals. So I might actually get to see my kid today. I'm all for this. Let's go.
Oh, God, it's only 3:30. Come on now.
Well, he got an early bedtime.
Ah, okay. Well.
And we're sticking with this. Oh wait, no, actually, that's Harshi doing the E-Leader, saying, hey, how come they get to use E-Leader? How come they get to have fun and I don't? Like, we're up 2-0. Can I just prove I'm the better E-Leader right here? Let me see what I can do with this thing. I don't think I've ever seen Harshi on anything other than pencil.
Well, you know, the other thing here too, right, is rather open map is Barnacle Prime, especially around the zone area. So having a little bit of extra range here to pick off, especially when you're going into an E-Leader, might allow you to come away with picks like that. Now, that said, looks like the firefight on top of the zone goes to the favor of Dreams from yesterday, and it'll force Harshi to back on away for now. But even still, if you can build up that effective range on top of the zone, especially with good sight lines, such as one this map has, you'll be able to come away victorious a lot of the time. And now a nice zip cast comes out here, and it's going to keep the pressure on as Dreams from yesterday continues to hold.
Yeah, do a pretty decent opening right now. Well, until they got that zone taken away from them right there. But still, get out of there, Brush player. You want to stay alive a little bit, group in with your teammates. Try to find a way to build up that zip caster, but nicely done. Who eliminated that? That wasn't the E-Leader, was it? It was. So the E-Leader doing a good job of landing the one shot necessary to take care of that zip caster. And with Soda the boot, that might open up the door to Snooze to get back into control of the zone before they give up lead as well.
Say that. They come right back through with a couple of specials and now are setting up on the offensive side. Nice little Platano Stamper combo, throwing in that burst bomb there to take out the E-Leader means that effectively Dreams from yesterday is forced to back on away, and now Snooze can dive forward. Here comes the Kraken to go down. Actually, now it's 2 for 2. Trading back and forth, and the Kraken's going to be forced to retreat because only the NZAP lives. For Dreams from yesterday, they will back on away, and Snooze will take back control once again, very even for 2 minutes into the game.
Like you kind of said, it's such a wide open map, but we also don't see any Zukas. Now, I don't think we've seen Zukas across the entire set, but this is one of those maps where it's just been so good. And also, if you're going to use the E-Leader, and you know the other team isn't going to be using Zuka, like, this is the one rare opportunity. Like, there's not much to contest against these E-Leaders other than just the E-Leader on the other side. Even when there's a hammer coming up, you might have a Kraken ready to go to self-defend yourself a little bit there. So that's, I'm seeing so much Splatoon, I'm trying to find something interesting going on. Hey, there's no Zukas.
Ooh. But no, I mean, I think there's a decent rock, paper, scissors thing, right? It probably depends on your overall play style. In this case, they probably figured that just matching the E-Leader, well, A, especially if Snooze is ahead, might be more fun. And B, you know, the Zukas might be okay, but if there is an E-leader, obviously you're going to be vulnerable for a little while before that Zuka comes out. Otherwise, you're just relying on the shorter range weapon to get some stuff done. And look at this Zipcast. I don't know how much work done it's going to get, but that was a fun angle. Now we'll jump back away. Nice little distraction for a little while.
At one point, they clipped through the wall. I think they made a mistake. I think they, like, accidentally found, like, a spot without collision for the Zipcaster and went to somewhere they weren't really expecting. That was just kind of weird. But what isn't weird is a gal doing what a gal usually does, dancing along into the shower of the curtain and getting some splats on top of it. That's a -4 as Snooze takes control of things.
Well done here to this gal player. Coming in clutch for the team needs the most now, though, is going to get taken down. And now, suddenly, dreams from yesterday going to come right back. Not able to capitalize off of that delayed wipe. And now they start charging forward once again. Here comes all the bombs. And will they be able to get their E-leader set up? The Unzap, though, taken down shortly after throwing the cooler. Now, there goes the Zipcast on the far right side. Looks like it's not coming up with much of anything for right now, although immediately comes back on top of the team, and suddenly 3 members are down. Looks like the Unzap was able to jump back in and take care of some business. Here comes the Ultra Stamp to finish the deal, and Dreams from yesterday going to pick up their first game in our series.
Ultra Stamp smelt blood in the water, saw 3 players bunched right on top of each other and said, ooh, I can get a Twitter clip off of this. But only ended up getting 1 splat, as everyone else said. You know what? We're just going to take the L. We're going to get out of here. We're probably going to go back to our pencil in the next game and close out the set before it gets to a game 5. But Dreams from yesterday, holding serve, wanting to avoid going swept in the winner side of things. It says, let's see if we can extend this one a little bit longer.
Real nice awareness here from Mox coming back on the Zipcast, joining with the rest of the team to try to create more pressure, and it ultimately allows that 3-down situation to happen. Then, of course, there's this end to seal it. But that played on the Zipcast to come back in, apply that little bit of extra chip damage as you splash back in on that Zipcast, I think is actually incredibly important in that play overall. And the more you can use your specials to play off of what your teammates are doing, the better, right? That goes for Zipcast, that goes for Zuka, that goes for Strikes, that goes for most specials in the game. As long as you can coordinate that with the rest of your team, your pushes and your fights are going to be that much more successful.
Yeah, in theory, you know, if you want to win.
Yeah, I mean,
this is a team game to some extent, even though we found as many ways as possible to individualize it. It still comes down to how do you work with the rest of your teammates there.
Turns out a very important aspect of most team activities.
Which surprisingly, the more you kind of watch, maybe not this set in particular, but the more you kind of watch sets of Splatoon on stream, you don't really see that kind of special coordination in the sense. It seems like there's a lot of emphasis on, I got special, let me throw it. I got my strikes, let me just throw it. I got my Zuka ready, let me just throw it. And, I just blasted my Zuka into a wall. Well, it's because I was just popping it, and sometimes the special just works, even when it's not supposed to. And then I get into my brain, like, I can just keep popping the Zuka, and eventually it's just going to make things happen. And when it doesn't, then when you get into that trouble of like,
well,
what is this?
It's a longer entry screen, is what it is.
That's never a good sign.
But typically.
Shout out to our streamer, Sam, who's been doing a fantastic job. Up to this point, it could go off the rails at any moment. And okay, so it's a museum. That means somebody's going to flank. Mox is going to be the person flanking this time around. But we also don't see flanks really work out anymore on this map, especially when one person goes by themselves, because the enemy team is just kind of expecting it at this point, and you just saw a 1v3 with Anakin not having the high ground, instantly getting splatted.
Pretty sure that was 2 jumps away, in addition to having the brush go down, and now they're going for the splats on the enemy plat here as well. As see the Snipe Rider come in, here's the jump onto the plat, starting to take even more space away. It's Snooze. Balloon tries to dive in with the stamp, but again, not really coming up with a lot, not paired with anything from the team. Very nice pick here for the leader, though. And Dreams from yesterday have yet to hold on. Even still, there's Cyan all around them, and they've got to make a rush for the zone rather quickly. They want to come on through here. Balloon dropping in from the right side with this Ultra Stamp. Now tries to throw it towards the members that are on the back foot here of Snooze, and they come up with a couple. It'll net the zone for now, but just how long, we'll have to wait and see.
Well, somebody's getting attacked from the backside right there. The Wiper trying to push up a little bit too early before they had complete control of the mid area, and that just shuts down this push before it even gets going. Who's this rat behind everybody? It's P on the gal yet again. They've been a nuisance all set long.
And again, one of the things that 52 Gal loves to do, we talk about playing with the team, but it is a very independent weapon, and if it gets a little farther away, you're able to do a couple of different things like it. Comes up with a pick there on the Ultra Stamp. Now another 2-down situation and moved up incredibly far, allowing for a jump in from your Stamper player. And now even more control extended for Snooze. What will Dreams from yesterday be able to do? Apparently, maybe a decent bit, as now they take down 2 from the far side. Ultra Stamp's going to come towards the zone. Kiki drops back, looking for the pick on the Ultra Stamp. Not able to find it, though, but even still, no paint on the zone. Pop Gun, it comes down to that sometimes. And Snooze is able to get what was, in effect, a 100-0 knockout.
I'm kind of surprised Dreams from yesterday didn't find a way to cap this zone. They had the man advantage. They had some specials. I think they were just getting a little bit slow getting out of their base. And I think while they were trying to paint the zone, I think the few players left alive from Snooze were the ones that were putting the pressure and getting some more splats to help even the odds out into their favor. So Dreams from yesterday forced into a panic situation where they have to attack the zone. Snooze with all the time to work with right there. Okay, so maybe the N-Zap backing up here, just canceling out completely everything that the Hammer was trying to do as well, while the rest of their teammates jumped back in. Nicely done by Snooze. 3-1. They wake up from their dreams from yesterday. We're not going to splat zones at Maki Maki, and the tournament moves on.
It moves on just in time for us to step away and take a break, probably, because we're in the double elimination tournament, as you mentioned, Pop. But in any event, yeah, fantastic stuff